Greetings, time for joining us. Nice broadcast. Welcome to the same part of YouTube. Why I'm still on YouTube. Greetings. Okay, so there is a radio signal from let's see, it's star Proxima, Centaur. I can't pronounce anything, but that's basically from Alpha Centauri. Basically, a star at Alpha Centauri, I believe. Yeah. And Alpha Centauri is the closest star to us. So do Alpha Centauri connection. So basically, again, radio signals from a star. So I guess we're in a step in the right direction. Also, there's going to be a Prisoner of Earth channeling. So that one's a little bit. I don't know. I was setting this up. It's like the Prisoner of Earth. It's like, okay, that's different. Sure, why not? I was gonna just better not do that, but we're kind of all prisoners here, so what the hell, right? So I'll give a point of view of, well, I guess like a time traveler energy there when I pick up on that. So either way, so the radio signal. Here I can go into it real quick, so you know what the hell I'm talking about. If anybody, no, I'm just gonna show this for a second. You can read all this. I didn't read through it, but either way, it's a step in the right direction. So progress is upon us. We'll take what we can get. All right, this is Avatar.com, my private sessions. Yeah, whatever. You have that. You have the shop here. I'm on the 10th, I think. Social note. Same situation here. Sign for webinar. Webinars tomorrow. Social network. Grab it and behind the scenes, where I do my review of Cats. I haven't done that yet. I think it was the last movie I've seen was Cats in the movie theater. That's something to be proud of. That was a horror movie. That was like some kind of cat cult. Yeah, I think I was the only person in the theater too. It was like one of a few people, because it's cats, but can't get enough of that. Cats. So one of the creepiest psychedelic movies against. Anyway. Yeah, hallmark of Hollywood. So I do Alpha Centauri connection, but I wanted to something came to mind about researchers that don't like. You have these UFO researchers or journalists that don't believe in channeling, but not that they're, not that research is ever that 100% concrete either. I mean, nothing ever is, but they kind of dismiss channeling altogether. So there's one that's a female journalist, not to mention names. And I don't know, she seems to be turned off by it altogether. But yeah, she does connect to certain people that do channeling. She does her own channeling, but still, she's kind of like the trust level. I guess she just doesn't really trust herself altogether. But whatever. Live in your comfort zone. It all works out fine. Nothing wrong with that, but either way. And then there's another one that doesn't believe in channeling. I think slow. Like he's been. I'm not gonna mention names, but he's been in the UFO world just as long as the other person, and he's slowly going insane. I mean, I think he does like 3-hour live broadcast. I think he's completely lost his mind. Oh, he's married. His wife's keeping him in sanity, but he's just gone. You just see his mind just like completely deteriorate because everything. The world's gone crazy. Talk about 3 days of darkness. That never happened. And anyway, it just, some of it's humorous, but anyway. So yeah, channeling research, nothing's ever 100%. It just, it keeps our sanity as, we're going into an alien age, basically, finally. Well, baby steps. But yeah, it seems like we're going to, not that this is going to I don't know what's going to happen, but we just had a big hack forgot. I didn't want to put the hack in the title. I completely forgot about this. About the hack that hit, I want to say it hit the Pentagon, but I don't think it did. But either way, it hit the U.S. government pretty hard from Russia. And my feeling is not to really care about it that much. Now, it might turn into something later on. Right. Yeah, it's still a big deal. I guess they call it Pearl Harbor or something like that, but I'm not sure about that. But we're going through a reset, so anything's possible. I don't know if it's going to affect us right now. I'm not sure about it. I don't think so. I'm not too worried about it. Let's put it that way. So anyway, and I don't see a stock market crash or anything. Not until we get our act together. Right now, we're kind of in the same time chaos. Even next year, it's going to go through it too, to a certain degree. And then I don't see a market crash. It might go up and down, but I don't think we're ready for it yet. People are going crazy already. You don't need any more of that. So that's what I feel. I don't know when it's going to happen, but I won't worry about it. So that's why I put that out there real quick. Or okay, the Alpha Centauri, and then the prisoner of Earth, whatever the hell that means. I think it is a different point of view, so that's sure. Let's just dive in. So, all right, blessings. Here we go. Greetings to you. We are from Alpha Centauri. Ah, yes, your public government or your astronomers would like to make us more known. As yes, we are a place of contact, as we have already been visited by your people already. Of course, you don't have evidence of this, but we do, but we can't show it for obvious reasons. Well, it will interfere in your growth currently. We do see that many of you, in your next age, of course, you have to start going into space to have this age that we're speaking about. But as you know, there's a secret space situation, yes, but as you go more public into it, because there's been kind of always been a secret space something here, such as your North America was already known. It just wasn't told by everybody. Everybody didn't get the memo. So same thing to do with your space that you're going to trek into one day. And this is no different. People have been talking about the promised land for a long time. Not to say the United States is truly the promised land, but the other way. But as you humans become more galactic, you will go into star systems such as Alpha Centauri and find places where humans from your world used to live. And you have your Mars, of course, but that's nothing compared to the other places that humans have visited from your world. So not all aliens are going to be speaking. Some will. Some are just like, get out of here. We don't want to tell you anything. So it's just like how you're discovering new lands. Same thing on your planet, but now it's going to be in space. So you think you're going to get all the answers once the aliens appear? Not at all. There's still going to be many, many more mysteries. Especially many of you are no longer going to... Now, yes, you have your alien connections in due time. I'm acting like it's happening tomorrow, but when that happens, many of you want to rely on your own wits, your own abilities. You don't want your hand held by some alien being. You want to do things on your own. And yes, you will get assistance with that, but yes, you will. Many will be successful with this also. I feel like that's your true pioneers going out into the unknown. As many of you have had past lives of this. That's your next age of the human. Yes, you're going through elite wars, Illuminati wars on your current state of mind. You can say that humans all want to advance themselves too quickly. Not yet. But many of you are still, yes. So those of you who are bringing your lights, connecting to your alien vortexes, your alien realities, that will, of course, increase. You're just bringing a new age just into your current. I don't have a word for it. Your current environment, without saying words that might seem insulting. Well, you're elite here on your planet Earth. Interesting. How many say that your Illuminati are powerful they are, and yes, they are, but also how primitive they are. Also, reason being, a lot of the elites of other planets give humans or beings, whoever, advanced technologies. Here's a spaceship. Here's all this. Here's all that. Here you go. But then they control it. Your primitive elite just want to keep you in the Stone Age because they themselves are in the Stone Age also. They're kind of like old-fashioned. So it shows you different classes of Illuminati presence in your universe. How, yeah, yours is kind of stuck in actually the Middle Ages, actually. That's why you get new elite energies, but even the new ones are still pretty primitive compared to others out there. So you can say technically every planet has a cabal energy there to a certain degree. It's like some are like, come over to our house, and we'll have some eggs and bacon. You can talk to us and tell us, have a conversation with us. Some are that open. Obviously, yours are absolutely terrified of your people. And people say they're going to lose and all that, but they're so primitive. Are they losing? Well, we feel like your humans are winning, but I believe many of your cabal energies will begin to come out of their shadows, wave at you every once in a while, maybe throw you a kiss, maybe on Valentine's Day is coming up. Well, I feel like because many of them are, as you evolve and they know this, they're going to have to come out of their shell eventually. So there might be a time and place, and yes, if you meet one, you might feel a little bit terrified by them because they are kind of intimidating. Well, just because they can be. So the radio signals that you're receiving, yes, is a sign of the times. Basically, they have to give you some kind of leverage that you're going to your awakening. Well, they can't keep covering up everything forever. Now, alien files or Area 51, those are going to be shut down for some time, meaning that they're not going to allow classified information to go out anytime soon. I believe they don't really give me us a time frame, but as of this channeling, they're not going to make it too well known. For, if they don't want you going through what they've been doing. I mean, not just because of alien cover-up, but all the other things they've been doing that they probably should not have been doing. I mean, why not just keep it all hidden? Oh, just forget we exist. And your Los Alamos is also another version of like Area 51 also, because there's a lot of underground energies there, underground bases. And I believe that was part of your recent hack that happened also. Not to say all these internet hacks are negative. Some of them are to release information for the positive. So it is kind of the sign of things to come. Not to say that World War III is going to occur or anything like that, or end of civilization. But their dimension is breaking down. So yes, there's going to be a lot of things happening that are going to frighten people mentally, as what the hell is happening to your world? It's just the old is breaking down. It just can't stay. It's like an old bridge keeping up your reality. It's just falling apart. It's deteriorating. It's expired, as some would call it, but it was never built to last forever anyway. And now you're seeing the pieces come apart. And now it's been coming apart for some time. It's just not been taken seriously by your people. Well, they're doing this and that, and conspiracies. Oh, they love those conspiracies. It warms their heart. There's other versions of reality where those conspiracies are very much alive, where JFK is actually still alive due to life enhancements. So people are very connected to these conspiracy theories, whatever they might be. There's other versions of Earth where those are actually very much really happening. Not to say they all not happening, those are mentioned, but every conspiracy has a reality where it's happening, truly. Because obviously you can't prove everything. But yes, there's a world for all of this. And that's what pulls people in. You're identifying yourself, where you come from. So your conspiracy is what you are, where you come from. Where if you saw Nixon be president for the next 20 years or whatever it might be, or a dictatorship, whatever it might be. Doesn't mean you fully experience that, but, because other realities of Earth are connected to other realities of Earth where, yes, you have Nazis and things like that still going on in the public arena. So your window to other realities, every world has a window to other versions of Earth. And you see that in your entertainment. So basically, you're defining your own purpose here. So, yes, those are your own conspiracies. Whatever it might be, you can't get your head around it. What the hell it is. It is actually identifying yourself, the world you come from. Now, obviously, we don't have many conspiracies of thought at this time. Kennedy always comes to mind as if he stayed alive for a long time. Yes, your world would be very much different. Now, yes, many say you had to go. Not necessarily, no. In a positive way, no. The idea of a Kennedy still exists. Say if, yes, none of that happened. He would have went through Dealey Plaza, I believe, and survived. What would happen, yes, a lot of these agencies, CIA and all of them, would have been slowly not taken down just quickly, would have been slowly slowly removed little by little by little. All this have been slow, like in the next administration, like the next 4 years of his term. And the alien information, once again, will be more talked about, mostly behind the scenes, and then eventually revealed in some form or another, probably through documentation, if there is ever any. So, well, there is some, but it'll be more discussed. Your Pentagon would lose its powers too. Most likely, your Pentagon would have just been downgraded quite a bit. Oh, no Vietnam War, huh? And which would have changed a lot of things. So yes, your Earth will become more of a lighter energy, is what we're getting at. And obviously, they moved in quick to make sure that didn't happen. But yeah, basically, it's basically what's happening now. What happened during your Kennedy administration, not the whole presidential situation, but yeah. So you're experiencing what have happened during Kennedy's time of basically no wars. So you're getting kind of a redo of that time frame. So yes, controversies deluxe, of course. So now your mainstream media is more of the enemy than anything else. Yes, that's one of your major enemies that has not been fully exposed just yet. There's a lot. Humanity is like, that's like a parent, right? So for some, and people aren't ready to go against the parents' wishes. Many of you have, but majority does there's hold. So that's up to humanity and their own growth. So Europe has learned from this, but they've had thousands of years of learning from it. The United States still a kitten compared to all that. So yes, what would happen in the 1960s would be around at least the 1970s. You would have had more alien knowledge contact during that time frame of some form or another, in a positive way. It would have been all different types, but it would have been more as you kick it off. Very gradual, very, very calm realization that you're not alone. Just little by little by little. And not just the government reviewing, but other parties to just allow it to talk about it. Obviously, many are muzzled for obvious reasons. Well, because they want the big guns. They want power, as you can see. But I believe a lot of MJ12 is currently dismantling itself quietly, currently. Obviously not going to be able to see it publicly, but this is why some of these leaks are being allowed also. The UFO leaks is because MJ12 isn't like what it used to be. It's modernizing itself. Or once people want to live a little bit longer or feel better about themselves. So there's things we can't go into for obvious. Yes, not. There's things we can't even say here, but we'll just leave it at that. So blessings to you all. Greetings to you. I am Jacob, prisoner of Earth. Yes, a time traveler. Many time travelers were stuck in the past. You've probably maybe not have seen the movie. Well, basically, yes, many beings from the future go into the past, as you've seen or heard or through some kind of myth. But there are times when time travelers get stuck, but they can't leave. I mean, they live in that era. I believe they're trying. Yeah, Back to the Future is kind of a version of that, where you're stuck there, but you can't come back. Why? Technology has been dismantled, shut down, or you were never supposed to be there, or a negative energy came in. So some of these time travelers actually became politicians over time throughout your history. So they had alien help, you can say. Well, once they're there, they can't always move. Sometimes not if they interact with someone, sometimes they have to just leave it. Depends on how the timeline goes. Or they get removed from the planet altogether, or whatever it might be. There's different energies there. Yes, what you are going into is kind of like a paradox reality currently. You're shifting out of the old, as you see, as timeline wars are happening more than ever before. Where a lot of positive, we believe, time traveler beings are here currently that are setting the stage for your next evolution. Well, they're putting an end to your old timeline. So many of them are coming in. Doesn't mean they're living among society, but they are involved, let's say. Well, I mean, they're putting the right people into place to make things happen instead of getting stuck here, as many have had in the past, where they actually become politicians themselves. I believe it. We believe whatever you want, but they did. But they become power. They know how to do it. They learn. They know and also they're meant to do it too. Which is even more bizarre. Well, as you learn more of this, it becomes more a part. Yeah, time traveling energy is not mentioned often, but sometimes they become parents of being, like a parent of, for example, like Abraham Lincoln. Things like that. That tells you how bizarre your world really is. Of course, you're not seeing it currently. But as you unlock your planet, as you're doing now, because it's been locked for a long time, but now you're removing that, and this might be a little bit heavy for some to connect to now, but as you get more used to it, because so many are programmed into the reality that you're in for various reasons. But many of you are keys to unlock all of these. So why I am coming through, because many are ready to hear my message. yes, things are going to get more, bizarre. That is what you intended for. That's what you're looking for. Yeah, time travelers living among you. Some of you have brothers, sisters that are time traveler beings. Some of them forgot, but not all of them. Some of them, the alien beings actually assist with removing their memories of where they came from. It's like they seem to be doing pretty good in their position. We'll just let that whole thing, because they can have a psychotic breakdown if they remember too much. Like some people here currently sometimes see, like they call it futurists. They see the future, but they're in modern times. So some of them come back from the future into modern times to give people an idea what the future can look like. Because they're I believe one's called Project Venus or something like that. So it gives you kind of an idea, and they come from a reality. Now, it's a possible reality. It doesn't mean exactly. Yes, where robots are among your society, it's clean energy and things like that. So you can say Tesla is a form of time travel in his own way, yes, in some regard. But he wasn't what he was, but he downloaded a lot of knowledge from the future. Let's put it that way. So as you go more into your awakened state, these type of things will become known to you. Yes, time travelers may live among you. Yes, people have seen pictures. Like, is that guy wearing sunglasses? It's like an old picture from so where they didn't have sunglasses, those type of things. So yes, time travelers have been placed all over your world, all through history, but never really been. And we kind of like we're prisoners of our reality, as you are today, because a time traveler can easily get locked in. It all depends. Either they get tricked, or that was their whole point, was to come back and be a certain person. Like that was the whole point, was to go back in time, forget they're a time traveler, and live a normal life. It's more prominent than you might realize. So you go into that reality of thinking. Once again, some of you do have brothers and sisters. That might be one. Maybe not in this broadcast, but it's definitely going on in your world. So yes, the time travelers that are here, once again, are placing the right people in the right place currently. Some of them are alien beings, of course, not all of them, but quite a few of them are too. It's a different type of ground crew. So yeah, time travel, being a time traveler in your future, yes, you look at the because even the future has problems. So you go back into the past to repair a certain significant time, like a certain person, a certain word, not to interfere too much. Be very, very careful. Usually it's easier just to be an observer, and there's always observers. Or observers usually go in groups, at least 5 or 6. They go together. They just keep them out. They just stay out of the way. They just watch. At a certain time, they want to, affect, but they have to study it first before they do anything. Now, obviously, other aliens do this too, but we're talking about future versions of your planet. Now, obviously, things change when you shift just by, like a version, when you come in, the future usually changes all the time. When you go into the past, our future isn't exactly how your future is going to turn into. Because things shift all the time. But either way, we do come from the future. It comes from a version of Earth into your modern time or past or whatever it might be. Yes, Julius Caesar has been switched. Many have actually switched him out many times for the time travel. It doesn't always go so well. And it does cause a ripple effect. But how are you going to know how the past was? Without going into details of that. Yes, once again, many time travelers are actually contracted to come in and change things. So their version of Earth usually is one of chaos. Normally, to a certain degree, it's this authority, but they have enough technology to come back and move things around where their future is now a little bit better. Now, obviously, this can get a little bit confusing, but it's all about evolving your reality currently. That's really what it comes down to, no matter where we come from. And yes, right now it's like a buffet. Everybody's here. Some have died of the virus, actually. Someone that actually injected, they want to actually experience it. Some are not, I don't think I've gotten vaccines yet. But someone in the field with that, because vaccines and another version of Earth vaccine can cause them a lot of difficulties. So some actually try to get immune to it, so it doesn't cause difficulties in their future Earth. So it's just a possibilities as you go into your awakening. You'll see, and even your cabal energy, your elite owner, you understand it all. They know there's a time traveler here, but they don't know what the hell they don't. Yeah, it's a little bit too much for them to handle. You gotta have to be an expert of these things. So we're just leaving this for you. So yes, your future, your lives, yeah, not to worry is the main thing. A lot of humans are coming out of their comfort zones. They're being shifted to more. I feel like they're leaving their jobs to go to more of a high tech job where they understand computers and technologies. And so you're leaving the kind of the everyday job to more of a technology. Doesn't mean you go. Well, some will probably one day build robots, but we don't think that robots are going to be ruling you or anything like that, unless that's your thing. You want your robot to tell you what to do. But yeah, it's just feel like more people are going to be applying technology into their lives where they can know some kind of technology skill, whatever it might be. It's manufacturing or programming or whatever it might be. I feel like that's the age you're going into. As yes, robots will eventually be part of your fast food organizations where you'll hardly ever have a human there or have no humans there at all. It'll just be all automated. Eventually, yes, your food sources will change. I also feel like you're coming to a time when food preparation becomes a lot cleaner. We have not reached that quite yet. But your next evolution is to clean the food up so it's more healthier. No matter what, if you're a meat eater or not, for food just to be healthier. We realize that's a miracle for a lot of people, but I feel like that is the age you're going into. It's not going to happen tomorrow or quickly, but that is what you're leading up to eventually. So, blessings.